Good Wednesday evening, everyone. Welcome to Garden State Weather Premium on YouTube, Garden State Weather on Facebook, Garden State Weather Forecast on Facebook, and Garden State WX on Twitter. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith on a not so bad looking Wednesday here for the 2nd of March 2022. We had a lot of sunshine today. Temperatures were able to rebound into the 40s and 50s, even a 60-degree spot here or two in southern New Jersey around the Delmarva. Meanwhile, tonight we have temperatures falling off a little bit, and which is naturally occurring because the sun has set. And we have a secondary clipper here coming through Toronto and Michigan, western New York State here downwind the lakes and into Pennsylvania. It's producing a few light rain and snow showers, and we'll get into the modeling in just a moment. First, at 7:35 this evening, we have temperatures ranging now in Charlottesburg, New Jersey at 36, the cold spot, Sandyston at 33, that's in Sussex, Walpack at 35, 36 at Peak West, 50 in Pennsauken, New Jersey, Moorestown at 48, Vineland 46, and Atlantic City Marina also at 46. Right now we're 45 and clear here at the Weather Center here in West Orange at Garden State Weather. And it's also 42 degrees right now with a southerly wind south-southwest at about 1 to 3 miles an hour in New Brunswick at the Rutgers University Meteorology Program ahead of the clipper that's coming in. Current air temperatures range again from the mid and upper 30s here in northern New Jersey right now to the low and mid 40s in the Newark, New York City metro areas here. And even a 50-degree reading here in Pennsauken, which is the warm spot this hour. Let's take a look at the minimum temperatures for this morning. Again, the sun angle is getting higher. We're into March now, so things are rising. Minimum lows this morning anywhere from the upper 20s to low and mid 30s, even some upper 30s and lower 40s right in central and southern New Jersey as well. Maximum temperatures today that were quite nice. They got up to about 49 here in Parsippany, 48 here in Charlottesburg. Other temperatures getting closer to 54 in Homedale and 58 in Red Lion and 60 right there in Lower Alloways Creek. It was 53 in West Cape May this afternoon for a high temperature and 57 at the Cape May Courthouse. So nice weather indeed. Woodbine at 59 degrees. Shore Points were a little bit cooler, obviously, with the connection of the cooler ocean water temperatures. And the water vapor channel, the clear water vapor channel across the continental United States. Lots of things going on. Basically, in the eastern United States, it's not too much. We have this upper level trough and shortwave Alberta-like clipper. Most of the energy is associated with this with the vortexes here in Canada. High pressure is now off of the New Jersey coast and the mid-Atlantic coast. That's providing a southwest wind ahead of this clipper type system. And it's not really going to produce too much precipitation, but they have added a couple of hundredths of an inch of liquid equivalent, even a snowflake or two from, let's say, 84, the Poconos and north, and maybe from 78 north here to 80, maybe just a few sprinkles in the forecast for tomorrow. And really the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area up towards Boston and Barnstable, Rhode Island here, Plymouth, and out to Gloucester and Portsmouth, Maine here, and down along the New Jersey neck here, all the way into the Delmarva Peninsula. These are small craft advisories in effect from 5 p.m. Thursday to 3 a.m. on Friday, and that's because we're going to see winds gusting out of the north at 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, and seas building 3 to 5 feet. Portions of the Atlantic coastal waters, and the impacts will be conditions will be hazardous, obviously, for small craft. South Shore and east ends of Long Island, same thing from 1 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Thursday. And that is for, again, those northwest winds at 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet from Sandy Hook to Montauk Point, out to 20 nautical miles. Again, from 1 a.m. tomorrow morning to 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. Okay, going back to the stratosphere now. This is the European Model Guidance 12Z here. We'll start at 10 millibars here at the surface, and probably should have done Earth Probably should have done Earth first. Yeah, let's take a look at Earth. Earth null, earth-nullschool.net, and hold on one second. Let's see, let me pull this up. Hold on. This is off the GFS at 10 millibars in the upper levels of the stratosphere. You can definitely see a very strong stratospheric warming event here occurring, and it's trying to dislodge, stretch the polar vortex here from up near the pole all the way down to Hudson's Bay, Canada. And if we go downstairs to 70 millibars, again, it's showing up quite nicely with two lobes here, one over the North Pole and another one just about ready to enter Hudson's Bay, Canada. And this translates down to the 250 millibar jet stream structure across the country, and it mainly is zonal right now. We have lots of we have stratospheric warming occurring here with high pressure ridges here and low pressure ridges right here. Low pressure ridges, no, low pressure centers here just east of Hudson's Bay. Over Greenland, somewhat of a block, but this is not a perfect signal either. And because of all of this is going on, it's too convoluted, and the flow across the country is pretty zonal in the jet stream structure. We get down to 500 millibars, and that even shows up better with a few cutoff lows here, or lows here off the west coast, and a zonal flow, upper level low here over the desert southwest, and a zonal flow underneath all of this convolution that is going on. And of course at the surface, or just above the surface, let's do 850 millibars here. Again, it's a west to east flow. Here comes the clipper that's showing up on the GFS modeling as well. So at 10 millibars off the, let's see, make sure this 10 millibars, right? Off the European model guidance, it's a stretching. We can see the sudden stratospheric warming event here over the Aleutian Islands here into the chain, and it's stretching it into two different areas here and then consolidating it over the top with another blocking signature or high stratospheric warming event over the other side of the pole too, over near Europe. So this is separating the polar vortex into two different lobes here. This wasn't forecasted that well about 10, 15, 20 days ago, but it's definitely showing up now in the model guidance. That means that winter is really not going to let go here, especially if you live through the Great Lakes, southern New England here into Maine, and into Nova Scotia, southeastern Canada as well. As we get through the period here, these two lobes are going to rejoin as the stratospheric warming event begins to wax and wane. Now, at 50 millibars, you can definitely see the separation here in the two lobes, and then the stratospheric warming event begins to wax and wane, and the lobes continue to consolidate and probably stretch out again into two separate areas here, one over Siberia, the other one here west of Hudson's Bay, Canada here. So winter isn't done just yet, but underneath this flow is going to be a zonal flow, and eventually the ridging that's occurring over the southern United States is going to put up a pretty strong baroclinic zone here, where we're going to have storm systems coming out of the Central Plains heading up to the Great Lakes, cold fronts coming through, stalling, rain events with low pressure areas right along the frontal boundaries. That seems likely. New Jersey, New York, I-95 corridor here, Delmarva. Here's your temperatures now for, let's place this on Thursday now, basically running in the mid to the upper 30s as that trough comes through with any snow or shower activity associated with it, into the low and mid 40s in the New York City metropolitan area, central and southern New Jersey down to the Delmarva. It's the mid 40s to the lower 50s, cooler right along the immediate coast. Temperatures on Friday, obviously, that is one of the lobes of the polar vortex coming down, and that is going to produce cold air across the region on Friday, with temperatures basically running in the low 30s to the mid and upper 30s, maybe 40s here right along the I-95 corridor. It's going to be a cold day on Friday, and then temperatures finally rebound with a warm front and southwesterly flow. Temperatures back into the 40s and 50s again on Saturday. Now, Sunday looks interesting because you've got a southwest flow and you've got rain coming in, but you've got temperatures in the mid and upper 60s to right around 70, and that trend continues on Monday as the front begins to stall out and the waves of low pressure become parallel along the front. If you live north of 84 here, temperature is going to be in the 50s back into the Poconos, and then they're just going to stay in the 60s here, probably anywhere from, like, look at this, 58 to 70 in this band here in New Jersey. So there you go, and 70 where the front hasn't even passed through yet in the Delmarva region. And then everything just gets colder a little bit on Tuesday as we drop back down into the 40s and 50s across the region. Still not bad. There's going to be cooling that occurs during next week too, and then some warm spots too coming up, but nothing fantastically fabulous. Right now we'll look at the EPS from the European Model Guidance members here of high and low pressure center areas here over the next 10-15 days on the EPS data that is from 12Z this morning. So here comes the clipper through the northeast. More high pressure building down. This is very cold air coming in for Thursday night and Friday here in the northeastern United States. In fact, all of the eastern United States will be similarly cold by comparison with the coldest values here in the northeast, the Ohio River Valley, the Tennessee River Valley into the northern mid-Atlantic, central and southern mid-Atlantic as well. And then again, with this west to east flow and these perturbations underneath the ever-changing polar vortex, and the MJO sends warm air advection back up the east coast on Sunday as a result of high pressure that is now off the mid-Atlantic coast. So wind southwest, here comes the center, the next center on Sunday. And again, this is where the main centers are going to be, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to see rain. You will. And this is just the indication of that. And then as we head into Monday, that front basically kind of like stalls out. Okay, and we can see this by the members here with another wave of low pressure riding along the Ohio River Valley from the Tennessee River Valley into the northeast, and that's going to produce more rain as we head into Monday night and Tuesday morning. And that finally leaves, and then we get a west to east flow across the country. Is there going to be more rain coming in? Yeah, well, there is, actually, to tell you the truth. And I probably would like to do the Weather Prediction Center's forecast here. Let's do precipitation. Over the next 48 hours, it's spotty here in the northeastern United States, more so in the upper Midwest and off the West Coast, obviously, with all that action going on. And let's see if we can get into local here. Let's do local. Over the next 168 hours, not a lot of rainfall. I don't know why this is not showing up. It says 7-day precipitation ending Wednesday, March 9th at 7 p.m. There's not a lot of liquid equivalent here. No. And with this ever-evolving atmospheric river that we're in, here is the cold air temperatures from Tuesday the 8th through Saturday the 12th here. 6 to 10 day forecast from the Weather Prediction Center. Warmer than normal temperatures here in the east, especially the southern mid-Atlantic here, the southeast, and of course Florida, which has been very, very warm of late. 8 to 14 day, that's shifting further away, and the cold air is also lifting further to the north. Precipitation amounts are going to be probably greater in the next 6 to 10 days over the eastern United States and the upper Midwest here. Over the next 8 to 14 days, same kind of situation. Record high temperatures for the next 7 days nationally across the country. Nothing today, nothing really tomorrow either. There's a few here for Thursday here in the Carolinas and across Arkansas, maybe one or two here in Nebraska, Texas Panhandle here. Not really too much. Now, you would think that by Sunday, the temperatures in the 60s and near 70 would be an issue here, but let's look at New Jersey. Let's get back into the United States here. Hold on one second. Here we go. Let's get into Sunday here. Is this Sunday? Yeah. Well, there's a couple of spots here that could get into the I-95 corridor. The New York City area is not really included in this, and it's not included in this on Monday either, even though the temperatures will be quite warm, but they're not record-breaking. Looking at the near-surface smoke density off the HRR for southern New England and the northern mid-Atlantic area, there are fires here. There are. And as a result of this, and I personally see fire trucks in my local area, whether it's the atmosphere or whether it's somebody's house that's burning up or something. But, we're seeing smoke plumes here, and that's showing up in the data and diffusely moving away from the area as we head into the forecast. But apparently there is smoke here in southern New Jersey. That's showing up now. Getting into the reflectivity forecast here. Here comes the clipper, and through Oneida or Oneonta and Albany here. I can't pronounce this right. We've got some light snow here from Albany into Worcester and Lowell. A few rain showers here across northwestern New Jersey, mainly north of 78. Okay, around 78 and north of that. But, this is going to really amount to much here. And across the city, could be a few heavier showers here, according to the latest model guidance across Long Branch, New Jersey, and interior down into Trenton by the time we head into 5 a.m. on Thursday, but that all moves out to sea. And really, this is quite unremarkable. 1/100th of an inch or less in precipitation totals here. So this doesn't, that's not impressive at all. And total snowfall of 10-to-1 ratio, that's not looking fantastic for anyone except if you're over here. But you're not. You're here. And I think we'll finish it up this evening looking at the European model guidance from this morning across the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. High resolution, of course. Here comes the rain and snow showers. All rain here in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, from Trenton north. Maybe Scranton, maybe the Poconos, maybe Middletown, Poughkeepsie, maybe higher elevations here north of 84, and then that's out. So that doesn't really look impressive. Then the warm air advection, cold air comes in, then the warm air advection pattern comes in. And nothing's really going on. A few spotty showers around the area on Sunday, 7 a.m., and then the rain showers begin to fill in with 558 thicknesses here from Scranton all the way off the East Coast. So from Trenton south and Scranton south, that looks like rain. And the big picture here comes on Monday with another short wave riding along that frontal boundary, producing some rain showers again north of 80 into Middletown. And the most imperative thing here is what happens on Monday evening and Tuesday morning. That is where we're going to have to watch out for some convective activity because the atmosphere is going to be quite warm during this period. And if we go back here and try to dial this up here and try to dial this back, this is where it gets interesting because you could have a shower or thunderstorm or some moderate to heavy rain around the area from Middletown and Scranton and Bridgewater and Allentown and Philadelphia. Meanwhile, up north, near Albany and points north, it's snow and sleet. Okay, so you got that. And then on Tuesday, you know, that line sinks south, okay, of the rain, and everything begins to dry out once again, and then cold air advection comes back in. But okay, so total QPF here off the European model guidance over the next 10 days, it's pretty significant. But if you looked at the period from now through next, let's see, let's look through this through March 5th here. That doesn't look impressive, but now when you get into Sunday and Monday, that's where the totals begin to rise. And the main question here is what happens on Monday night and Tuesday along the frontal boundary. That makes the most difference to me. Should you too.